So I didn't record our meeting. So for those who are unable to attend, I wanted just to spend a couple minutes and talk through the questions we got in our virtual meeting this evening. The first thing I would say is if you have any questions or concerns, so shoot me an email and we'll set up a time to talk. That is not a big deal at all. And the meeting really centered around going through the assignments and the discussions. And so one thing I would tell everybody is that I did um, update the module 1 with your group allocations, and so you can find that there. The weekly group prompts are meant to be at a graduate level to get you to think and to reflect and to apply and to spur good conversation amongst you and your group members. And so only in theory, and I'm going to ask that you show me or tell me if the group discussion boards aren't working properly. But you go in to your discussions and, for example, discussion 1, and you reply, and then you then interact with just your group members, and those same group members will follow you for the next couple of weeks. So if the technology is breaking down, please let me know, or if the human element is breaking down in some way, please let me know as well. Okay. I just can't see it on my end. So you just need to let me know. So we talked about those, and so only the people in your group are seeing those. And then we talked through the assignments, which all the assignments are attached to the actual modules themselves, but you can also click on the left-hand side and go to assignments and see them. So specifically let's see, the global skills and competencies, this assignment is really just kind of responding to the materials, and there are some questions there. And so one of your peers brought up the fact that on question 5, it talks about demonstrate connectivity with the global economy with your program, and the individual is correct. Like, it is kind of a start to finish kind of look. So think about supply chain, think about customers, and in even your students, right? I'd encourage you to take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions about that. That assignment, I think, should be pretty straightforward, and there's materials in that module to really support that. North Coast 99. So this assignment, we spent a few minutes talking about North Coast. NC and 99 is North Coast 99, so North Coast being Lake Erie. It is an organization that observes and recognizes strong companies in Northeast Ohio. And that's a kind of a broad, it's not just Northeast Ohio, it ends up being kind of much larger than that. But let's look here. If I go to winners, you can see in 2024, these were the companies that were recognized. These are all really good organizations. And the idea is that you find one of these organizations that fits what you're teaching. Now, you might go through these and say, I don't think any of these are a good fit. And that sometimes happens as well. But start here. And if it's not there, then broaden your search. The idea isn't that you lean on organizations that you're already connected with. The idea is that you expand your organizational reach. Okay, so start there, and then let me know if there's some challenges with that. And then you are to basically find an individual or do some research, find an individual, interview them. And I believe I give you even the questions to ask or to consider. So yeah, to kind of work through that. And it will take a little bit of time to develop. So it's start thinking about that company now. Maybe, wait until after you're done with school, your classroom school to really dig in, but you use your discretion there. And then the last week of class is when you are doing your research report, and then you're sharing with your group your video, giving your report, and I'll give some extra guidance on that as the time gets a little bit closer. So we talked about that assignment. The workforce connection report is the other one we spent a little bit of time in. So this is going to require a little bit of foot traffic, or you picking up the phone and call. I would go the foot traffic route if at all possible. And if the locations are way too far, just pick up the phone and call. So you want to find, some places we still call them one-stops. Other places are called Ohio Means Jobs Career Centers. And you want to find one that's closest to you, right? Because it serves your local community, just like you serve your local community. And you want to figure out what's going on there and what are their services, and then have a conversation with somebody there about what you're doing in the classroom to prepare your students for that, for their local community. So all the information is right here. You're capable of reading, but I just want to give you a heads up. Don't wait till the last minute to do that either, okay? So that is not due until the middle, June 21st. So I know you're like, oh, that's pretty quick, right? The class itself is only 6 weeks, and we are in day 2 of week 1 already. So as a good rule of thumb, what I would probably do if I was you is I'd open up all the assignments, give it a quick read, identify what resources you're going to need, what support from me you might need, and then let's have a sit down virtually and kind of walk through that if need be. That is all we really kind of did. I did not go through the modules. You are really good grad students that can read through all of those. Hopefully these modules are set up in a way that's very cohesive. Oh, I did get a question, like, is there anything else coming? No, what you see is what you get. There is no final exam. No, like these assignments are beefier. They're more meaningful in nature. They're not like one-offs. They're meant to be grad level assignments. So that is enough, for goodness sakes. So what you see is what you get. If there is anything that we need to adjust based on your needs, as a group, I just asked that you would email me and kind of explain. Like, one of the thing was like, okay, so we have all week to post in our groups for our group discussion. Does that mean the replies are due on Sunday night as well? And I just said to the group, like, hey, if you need more time, just send me a note, and collectively we make that agreement. Like, oh, okay, replies are going to be due on Monday or Tuesday or what have you. Let's see how it works the first week. And then if we need to make some adjustments, there's only 12 of us, right? Well, 13, including me. Like, we're all graduate level students. It's about meaningful learning, not like crazy town. So we're going to just be in really open communications. These announcements, when I send them out, are a really great way to carry on those conversations, because then everybody gets to see it. So like it was today, I was sitting in the dentist's office with my daughter for 2 hours. And I realized, because you guys posted, hey, what time is the meeting tonight? That I was like, oh, I did not tell them it was at 4:00. So let's just have a great semester together and like get the most meaningful, applicable learning that we can, so that I can help you be the best CTE teacher that you possibly want to be. All right. So that's all we talked about. I didn't want you getting ripped off if you weren't able to make it tonight. If we feel like we need another virtual meeting, post it as something in the discussion. Let me know. I think there's a generic. Oh, if not, you can always add a discussion up here. Whatever you need, let's support each other for each other's learning. That's all. That's all we talked about. All right. Have a wonderful evening and have an amazing week. Talk to you soon, teachers.